Hello and welcome to our Vibes tutorial, and thank you for choosing the MD850. In this video, we would like to introduce you to the most important features of this powerful XVA performance synthesizer and show you the first steps for a successful start. We will explain how to connect your keyboard, what parts and performances are, how the Cliplauncher works, how to perform an update, and much more. The MD850 is an exceptional Synthstation with a modern concept and a powerful processor. It takes a little time to get familiar with all the functions, but it is absolutely worth it. Let us start with a few basic facts. The Vibes MD850 offers 24 true stereo voices that can be assigned to the 4 parts A to D. Each part contains 3 independent oscillators. For oscillators 1 and 2, there are 3 different synthesis models available: wavetable with more than 50 preset wavetables, algorithm oscillator with 8 different waveforms, and a powerful 64-band resonator. The selection is made using the left encoder. Wavetables can be selected with the main encoder and loaded by pressing it. Oscillator 3 plays samples, includes a loop function, and also supports multi-samples. The sound passes through 2 independent multi-mode filters, which can be controlled directly using the 3 filter encoders. Currently, there are 11 different filter models available. There are 4 envelopes in total. 3 LFOs with frequencies up to 1000 Hz for LFO 1 and 2. A mixer section with routing options into the filters. An extensive modulation matrix with up to 24 entries. And a powerful wave shaper module. Each part also provides an Arpeggiator and a comprehensive effects section. Up to 10 effects can be activated per part. In addition to the synthesizer section, the Vibes MD850 includes a 14-voice, sample-based drum computer that works independently of the 24 synth voices. All 14 drum instruments can be assigned with samples and managed together as a kit. In the mixer, you can adjust the volume of the 4 parts, and the drum module also provides a separate mixer for each of the 14 drum instruments, which are grouped into sections. Next come the settings for the audio input, the 2 global effects FX1 and FX2, and the master volume for the stereo output. The headphone output has its own mix settings for each track that are independent from the master volume. The 4 synth parts can either be used as layers or played on different MIDI channels in multi-mode. These settings are found in the MIDI section, which can be accessed through the touchscreen. Alternatively, you can hold down the red escape button to activate the blueprinted secondary function. This applies to all buttons with dual functions. The detailed MIDI setup will be explained later in the video in Chapter 7. Another highlight of the Vibes is the Cliplauncher, a built-in sequencer and MIDI file player that controls the 4 synth parts and the drum module through a play matrix. The concept is similar to that of a digital audio workstation, but integrated directly into the Vibes. All of these settings are stored within a performance. We now select Part A and listen to a few sound examples. This will allow us to become familiar with the structure of the Vibes. To learn how to connect your keyboard controller, please refer to Chapter 7, MIDI-Devices. Each part can be customized individually, given its own effects, and saved as part or inside a performance. Now we load the patch Afterlive lead and take a closer look at the Arpeggiator. Activate the latch function and start play mode by pressing the escape and enter keys at the same time. This same key combination is also used to start the Cliplauncher. The Arpeggiator offers a wide range of settings and, when used effectively, can also serve as a complete step sequencer. This allows you to set chord functions, rests, semitones, and octave settings for each step. In addition to a dedicated track for velocity settings, there are 3 additional parameter tracks that can be freely assigned in the modulation matrix. This allows complex rhythmic structures and dynamic sound variations, perfect for both live performances and studio sessions. Let us take a look at the rear panel of the Vibes MD850. The device has 3 USB host ports for connecting external MIDI controllers. You can connect a keyboard or a launchpad directly to control the Cliplauncher. For technical reasons, there is no USB computer interface, as this could lead to interference and possible audio noise. At present, communication with a computer is only possible through the classic DIN MIDI interface, which provides the connections MIDI in, out and through. In future, it will be possible to control the Vibes directly from a computer over a network connection once the MIDI 2.0 standard is fully implemented. Currently, the LAN port is used to connect the Vibes to an internet router or directly to a computer to operate the integrated web browser. On the rear panel, you will also find connections for sustain and controller pedals. The power supply, audio out, audio in, and the headphone output, which has its own mix settings. Under the menu MIDI and USB devices, you will find on the right side a list of connected and available devices. The list can be updated by selecting the Update option. On the left side, ports 1 to 4 are displayed. For each of the 4 parts, you can assign a port and a matching MIDI channel. If you want to control all 4 parts via DIN MIDI, for example from a sequencer or a digital audio workstation, select port 1 for all parts and assign MIDI channels 1 to 4. If you want to play the Vibes directly using a connected keyboard, select the desired port for parts A to D. In our example, this is port 2, which we have assigned to the Arturia keyboard. If necessary, the octave range can also be adjusted. Because these settings are stored within a performance, it is possible to create various configurations for live performances. Alternatively, the keyboard can be assigned to port 1 on the device page. This is a little faster, but these settings are global and are not saved with a performance. The drum module is always controlled by the Cliplauncher on MIDI channel 10. Before you start using the Vibes, you should check whether the latest firmware is installed. Open the Setup menu, where the current version number is displayed in the top line. In our example, it is version 3.0.3 revision A. In addition to new features, updates also fix possible errors, so it is worth keeping your Vibes up to date. For an online update, the vibes must be connected to the internet either through Wi-Fi or a network cable. To set up a Wi-Fi connection, open the Setup menu, select Wi-Fi, enable the function and start the scan. As with other devices, the available networks will be listed. Select the desired network, confirm with the left encoder, and enter the password. When the connection is successful, the message "Connected" will appear. Return to the dialog screen and select Check for updates. If the message "No connection to internet" appears, this is normal. The device connects only when you start the Check for updates function. If a new firmware version is available, it can be downloaded and installed. You may need to repeat the Check for updates process once or twice. Follow the instructions on the screen. After restarting, a message will confirm that the update has been successfully installed. If Wi-Fi is not available, you can connect the vibes directly to the router using a network cable. If there is no internet connection at all, the operating system can also be installed via USB stick. To do this, download the latest update from the Mayer EMI website using a computer. The installation itself does not require an internet connection. The link for the download and the instructions can be found in the video description. Let us now return to one of the highlights of the MD850, the Cliplauncher. This powerful sequencer makes it possible to play MIDI files directly inside the vibes and send them to the internal sound engine across multiple tracks. Using the Play Matrix, you can control all 4 synth parts, the drum computer, and 2 additional external MIDI tracks. MIDI files for the Cliplauncher can be loaded directly through the web browser, managed there, and in version 4.0 also edited. Switching between different sequences and drum patterns can be done simultaneously or individually. Select a performance from the list and open the Cliplauncher by holding the sequencer or arpeggiator button slightly longer. Experiment with the different oscillator types, try various filter models, adjust the part volumes in the mixer, and explore the wide range of available effects. For even more control, compatible MIDI controllers can be connected via USB, such as the APC from Akai. To conclude this tutorial, let us take a look at the new firmware version 4.0, which will be available soon. Alongside new sounds and performances, the integrated web browser has been completely redesigned and expanded. Vibes Connect is the next step in the performance concept of the MD850. It allows you to operate the Vibes conveniently through the web browser of your computer. You now have direct access to the play matrix of the Cliplauncher as well as all mixer channels. This is especially useful for live performances. If your computer and the MD850 are on the same network, you can connect by entering the IP address shown on the Vibes display into your browser. In our example, it is 192.168.178.83. Vibes Connect also allows you to manage all your performances, patches, samples and drum kits, and to create backups with a single click. MIDI files can be transferred directly from your computer through the browser into the Cliplauncher and even edited there. A step sequencer view is available for the drum track, and for note input, you can use an external controller. These are just a few of the many new features that will be available with firmware version 4.0. Please check whether you already have this version installed on your Vibes, and if not, perform the update as described in Chapter 8. Thank you for watching, and we wish you continued inspiration and enjoyment with your Meyer MD850 Vibes.